The next Grand Prix is again at Dieppe and starts with a bang. Sulzer immediately takes the lead for Germany and loses it. But it's depressingly clear to the French crowd that this year the white German cars are very fast, and a Benz now leads. There's no fuel limit this year, but a minimum weight limit of just over 1 ton. The idea of the minimum weight is that heavier cars will be safer. Unfortunately, heavy cars have a strong tendency to keep moving in a straight line. The German cars are overwhelmingly successful, although even Lautenschlager on the leading Mercedes makes his mistake. Lautenschlager still has a lead of 8 minutes when he goes on to win. German cars are first, second, and third. The race is a complete German victory, and the defeat of France is hard to take. This might well be the end of the French Grand Prix, but motor racing is not dead. Brooklands, opened in 1907, gives a great impetus to British manufacturers with its opportunities for sustained high speed. Percy Lambert's Talbot is the first car to do 100 miles in the hour. Track racing is also popular in the States, where trotting tracks are used for regular meetings. One British writer refers to this as a most unsafe procedure. In Europe, it's more gentlemanly. Even if it's not quite the thing to put your passenger nearest to the accident. Amateur sport is always popular in Britain, and at Shelsley Walsh, almost anyone can have a go. But it isn't just fun, and many useful lessons are learnt the hard way. Observe the stability of this car. Now compare a Leon Peugeot, a fast car with a high engine and center of gravity. These small cars, called voiturettes, are being highly developed. At first, people looked down on them, saying they should be kept for shopping and local touring. There is an air of the more cheerful British amateur racing of today, as one of the crew dives beneath a seat, produces a magneto, and looks as if he doesn't know quite what to do next. This way of spending your time demands real enthusiasm. The sheer guts of these men is realized when we see how they try to go on racing whenever possible. Surprisingly few people are seriously hurt. However, one accident at Encore Bridge has become legend. Are lifted from the wreck to be taken to the mortuary. When the driver was placed on the cold slab, he is said to have risen up and indignantly demanded his motor car. By 1908, this voiturette is winning a 300-mile race in under 6 hours non-stop. Louis Delage appears too abashed by his sudden fame to thank Guillaume. Less happy is the Grand Prix story. The death of one of the great pioneers, Maurice Fournier, mars a gallant attempt to revive Grand Prix racing at Le Mans in 1911. Unluckily, only number 13, a Fiat, completes the full distance. However, Grand Prix racing is to return the following year with new giant Fiats from Italy. French Peugeots with engines of only half their size and valuable experience from their voiturette racing. The British Sunbeams are much smaller still. It's quite like old times as a giant Fiat goes into the lead round the old Dieppe circuit. There is drama again at Encore Bridge. The racing, however, is different. The smaller Peugeots are setting a new standard in road holding, while the 3-litre Sunbeams come in third, fourth and fifth. Louis Wagner's Fiat is second. But it and all the other giants have been decisively defeated by a blue Peugeot. The driver, Georges Boileau, becomes overnight one of the legendary figures of motor racing. In 1913, the Peugeot engine is reduced further in size, and Boileau is the star driver. Moreover, on the new short 20-mile circuit at Amiens, the road holding of the Peugeot and the skill of Boileau are at a premium. The challenge comes from Delage. One of these new round-nosed cars laps at over 76. The British Sunbeams are again well up, and one finishes third. It is the Peugeot road holding that defeats all others. Another brilliant drive by Georges Boileau brings a second victory to France. French confidence grows as a race for Grand Prix cars at Le Mans gives the Delage a chance to prove themselves. To the excitement of everyone, the Mercedes are back. But the white German cars cannot catch the French. Pablo wins. This time, Louis Delage isn't so bashful. The French industry is right back on top as the stage is set for the last act of our story, the 1914 French Grand Prix. This is to be one of the greatest motor races of all time, with cars from nearly every motor manufacturing company in the world. Sitz, the ex-mechanic, is back. So is Contn'd, the royal chauffeur. Felice Nazzaro with the sensitive hands. And most exciting of all, Lautenschlager, on a new Mercedes, is meeting the great Georges Boileau on his Peugeot. The new circuit is near Lyon, and for additional spectacle, the cars are to start in pairs. See how Seiler's white Mercedes walks away from Contn'd. At the end of the first lap, it is Georges Boileau of France who leads the pack. Then, to the dismay of the crowd, a white German Mercedes is fastest of all. Seiler leads, Boileau is second. On that dramatic day in the summer of 1914, the crowd lined the short, twisting 23-mile circuit. This is a real test of a racing car and of the engineering skill of the nations involved. The German car leads, but French cars are close behind. Boileau is second, and number 35, Georges Delage, is third. The British and Italian cars are behind, battling among themselves, when suddenly, after only 6 of the 25 laps, Seiler and a second Mercedes are out. Boileau leads, and another Peugeot 19 is fourth.